That's gonna be in there, isn't it?
It's gonna be loud.
What sound does a panda make?
There'll just be sports or athletics, or that's the same thing.
Roar. The constant helping me. I'm so serious too. I'm so serious.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we're on your time now. I'm waiting on you.
3, 2, 1.
The thing I will most remember about my time at Stewart's Creek is most definitely being a part of the soccer team. They were like my second family, and we had so many good times and made endless memories. Some advice I would give to underclassmen at Stewart's Creek is just to be kind to everyone, because you never know what someone could be going through. And also just keep a positive attitude through everything you do, because whatever you're stressing about, you're not gonna remember. You probably won't even remember in a week. One team, to me, is just about how unique our class is. The fact that this is the first class to go all 4 years is really cool to me, and I love that we were all able to grow together, and I feel like our class is really good at supporting each other. The difference between me as a freshman and me as a senior, I feel like I honestly haven't changed too much. I think I've just matured a little more, and I am a little more considerate of others, and I have an open mind now.
The moments I remember most here at the Creek will be when I was playing my violin at the marching band, because most violins never get that experience. So one piece of advice I would give to underclassmen is to become friends with your teachers. It has saved my grade more than once. To me, one team means that the faculty and students don't just support one specific part of the school. They support all athletics, they support all fine arts, they support every club, every team, and so it just brings us together as one team. The biggest difference between me freshman year and me senior year is that I've become less awkward and more confident in myself, mostly just because of growing up.
One thing I will most remember about my time here is being a part of Yellow Boat, the play that we did, not this past fall, but the fall before. We took it to the Tennessee Theater Association, and that was just an amazing experience, the best performing experience of my life. I really fell in love with the art that day. A piece of advice I would give underclassmen is to get involved. Don't be afraid to join clubs, extracurricular activities, sports. It makes a huge difference to spend time with people that have the same interests as you do. One team to me means respect. Our school has so much diversity in the things that people are interested in sports and activities, and it doesn't mean that everyone's the same. It means that everyone has a genuine respect and appreciation for every aspect of our school. The biggest difference between me as a freshman and me as a senior is I'm much more sure of myself now. I moved schools in the middle of high school, and that was a really big change for me. And it gave me a really big opportunity to figure out who I am in context of just me, because I had to start completely over.
One memory that I'll remember most from high school is in band, we have to change together a lot, and it's a little weird seeing that much of people, even though they're wearing compression clothes. But yeah, I'll try to force that out of my mind a lot, but it just doesn't go away. One piece of advice that I would give to underclassmen, particularly freshmen, would be to stay true to yourself, be who you are, and don't change who you are to fit into a particular group of people. One team means to me supporting sports and programs that don't normally get a lot of support at other schools, like taking pep buses to girls' soccer games or making a pep club at a bowling match. It's a little strange, but it's cool to support programs that don't get support other places. One thing that's different about me between freshman and senior year is, well, for one, I can grow facial hair a little bit better. And I'd say I've found a group of friends that's more true to who I am instead of just trying to fit into a group of people that I think are cool or whatever.
One thing that I'll most remember about my life at Stewart's Creek is that the first time I came out on stage in Mary Poppins, and I just realized that I had a love for theater. I never thought I'd do that, and I took a risk doing that, and definitely that would be one of the things I'll most remember. Another thing is the students and how involved everyone is in the school and how much we all love it. One piece of advice I would give to underclassmen would be do as much as you can while you still can, because you're not going to have that forever. To me, one team means that we all had to band together. Like coming here 4 years ago as a new student, moving from a totally different state to a brand new school helped out a lot because everyone was new. And so everyone had to overcome adversity and try to come together and become one team and put away these cliques that they had at their other schools because we were all meshing together. And it was a really cool thing to see, and it was a really cool thing to experience. The biggest difference between me, the freshman, and me, the senior, is that I've learned not to take myself so seriously. My freshman year, I was very uptight. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything except for football, and I kind of like stayed reserved to myself because I was afraid and I was a freshman. So after that, I kind of opened up and started trying new things, and man, best decision I've ever made.
My most memorable experience would probably be for band in general, just because I've been in that for 4 years, and it's whether jazz band, marching band, normal band, and a lot of those experiences with all my friends, so it's a lot of fun. One piece of advice I would give to underclassmen is to be flexible in a situation because you never know what's going to change and you have to learn how to work around it, and that's what make you become successful. One team to me means, besides quality, I would say that it is to support around us, and it's kind of like a symbol of hope so that way we can all get through these 4 years and then move on to the next chapter of our life. Biggest difference between me, the freshman, and me now, besides being able to grow facial hair and procrastinate more often, I would say I'm a lot less tense and I'm able to be calm and just work through things a lot better.
One thing I will definitely remember about my life at Stewart's Creek would be, it would have to be Mr. Marlat's. Less than a minute, just because, I mean, who needs a clock when you have Mr. Marlat? One piece of advice that I would give to freshmen is to just live life as if it's going to end tomorrow. One team, to me, it means that everybody's a family and we're all interconnected, and we all just, we're going to be a part of each other's lives for forever, I think. The biggest difference between the freshman me and the senior me, I would have to say, is I stopped trying to fit in and I started standing out.
What I remember most about SCHS would be Dr. Harrell's enthusiasm and his energy throughout the whole year when it comes to academics or athletics. I remember last year at lunch he actually jumped on the lunch table and got us all riled up. One piece of advice that I would give to underclassmen is to not let the lack of motivation in others around them influence their decisions. Because I feel like if you're the only one who cares in a situation, that shouldn't discourage you. You should still put in a strong effort. To me, one team means that various parts coming from different backgrounds, different cultures, can all come together and work as one cohesive unit. The difference between me, the freshman, and me, the senior, would be probably my adaptability. because I've been to 3 different high schools since I've been a freshman, so I've learned to adapt in different environments and still channel my strengths in different ways. And what I've learned most about myself is that the limits that I have are the ones that I put on myself.
I'll most remember about high school just how we started off as the first 4 in freshman year, and not all of us knew each other because we came from different schools and everything, but now leaving senior year, I just feel like I have so many friends that it feels like I've known forever, and so they're just great relationships, and we've come so far as a transition. I would tell underclassmen that it's always a great idea to surround yourself with the people that you want to be like, the people who make you a better person. But at the same time, don't forget to be your own cheerleader, because ultimately you're responsible for your own actions and the trajectory of your life. What one team means to me is that although we have 2,000 students or so, and we have so many faculty members, we have so many great relationships formed, and we all basically have the same goals, and we help each other reach those goals together. I think the biggest difference between me as a freshman and me as a senior is probably stress wrinkles. I've worried about everything, but mostly I think I've always been known as being like a nice person, but through my high school experience, I've also come to find myself to be assertive, and I've kind of found a balance between being kind, but also stating my opinions and being true to myself.
The one thing I remember most about my time at Stewart's Creek is when I first moved up here, because I was lost for about a week with a color-coded map. One piece of advice I would give to underclassmen is to always do things for yourself and not try to make everybody else happy. The statement "one team" means to me that the morning announcements are over. The difference between me as a freshman and me as a senior is that I have more confidence in everything that I do, and that I don't worry about what everybody else is doing.
One thing that I'll remember about Stewart's Creek is the highlighter colored hallways, like the bright blue and fluorescent yellow, stuff like that. It's burned into my brain now. One piece of advice that I have for freshmen would be to stay organized. It'll help you stay off the ICU list, and you might actually get to participate in class events. To me, one team means acting together as a unit, and before, one team used to mean that we were just kind of a bunch of schools mixed together, and now it's something that stands for excellence because we're striving to make our school a better place. The biggest difference between myself as a freshman and myself as a senior is that I used to be a lot more shy than I am now, which I know I'm still shy, but I didn't know anybody when I came here, so I made a lot of friends, and I have a lot of great relationships with those people and my teachers, and that's probably the biggest difference for me.
The thing I'll remember most about my high school experience would be all the bus rides to the away soccer games with my best friends. My advice to underclassmen would be to not spread yourself too thin with the extracurricular activities, because I feel like you can't really devote your time to the clubs that you're specifically passionate about. One team means to me that we all come from different backgrounds and different middle schools even, but when we walk in the halls, we're like one big family and we all have one similar goal. The biggest difference between me as a freshman and me as a senior would be that I've learned that I don't need to care so much about what people think or say about me, because I know my true friends will care about me and love me no matter what.
The song that best reflects my high school years is probably Fergalicious. And that's because before every soccer game, that was a song that we always listened to, whether it was in the bus or in the weight room or in the locker room. Every time it came on, we would stop and get straight into it. And it's like the one song that I actually know the words to, because if you know me, you know I don't know the words to any song. So, and I also feel like it's a really upbeat song, and I try to be an upbeat person. Fergalicious death, Fergalicious death, Fergalicious death, 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 Fergalicious death.
The song that best represents my time in high school is All Because of Jesus by Fee, because really the only reason I'm here as a valedictorian is, through his love and grace. It's all because of Jesus I'm alive.
The song that best reflects my time in high school is "In My Life" by the Beatles. It just talks about a lot about life and how things mean a lot in the moment, and you remember the important things, and there's a time for everything to pass. There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain.
The song that would best describe my high school experience would be "Somebody That I Used to Know" by Gaudier. I found that I have lost a lot of friends over the years. A lot of people have fallen out of my life, but I found that you only need friends that like you for who you are. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Somebody that I used to know.
One song that best reflects my high school experience would probably be "Agony" from Into the Woods. Because, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Agony beyond power of speech.
The song that best reflects my high school experience would probably be "Under Pressure" by David Bowie, just because it can be a little pressuring at times, but it always works out. Under pressure, push it down on me, push it down on you, a no man asked for.
The song that best reflects my high school career would be "Walking on Sunshine," just because I haven't had any regrets about high school, and if I could go back, I wouldn't change anything. I'm walking on sunshine, whoa. I'm walking on sunshine, whoa. And doesn't it feel good? Mm-mm.
The song that represents my high school experience would be "Survivor" by Destiny's Child, because it talks about making it through your situation and ending on top, and I feel like I made it through high school very well. I survived. I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I will survive, keep on surviving.
The song that best reflects my experience in high school is by the Free Radicals. It's called "You Get What You Give," and that really applies to being a student in class or just friendships. You get out of any kind of relationship or anything that is meaningful the equivalent of what you put into it, and it's worth the effort if it's rewarding back in the end because of what you did. Don't give up, you've got a reason to live. Can't forget, we only get what we give.
I think a good song that reflects high school in general, it would be "Chained to the Rhythm" by Katy Perry, because it's about breaking out of a shell and you go your own way. Are we crazy, living our life through a lens, like picket fence, so comfortable that we're living in a bubble, so comfortable that we do not see the trouble.
The song that best reflects my high school experience, I think, would be "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey, because I'm pretty sure that I've heard Dr. Harrell sing it more times than I have the actual band. Don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling.
The song that I think best describes my high school experience would be "Unwritten" by Natasha Bedingfield. I feel like it talks a lot about learning about yourself and then also about moving on to a new chapter of your life.
Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. Yeah. Tradition. Sometimes my tries are outside the line.